Are Jamie and Claire ever actually going to be together? I mean, seriously, this is getting out of hand. I promise I'll still watch the show even if they're together. We don't have to perpetually feel this anxiety that they'll never find each other. It's like Groundhog Day. The episode starts where it left off, except we see Jamie watching Claire float away, and the captain does nothing to stop it. Jamie argues with the captain and tries to get the ship turned around, but he ends up looking down the barrel of several guns and knife points. Yeah, they're not going to mutiny on their captain, so Jamie gets to go to ship prison. And it's an exact repeat of what happened 20 years ago. Claire is seen going away and he can't get her back. It's out of his control. And then he goes to prison and suffers. Claire's job is even the same. She's taking care of sick people. I'm starting to feel a theme here. Meanwhile, Claire is annoyed that they're sailing out on their own, but is somewhat revered on the ship. She's not in prison at all. They follow her orders. She's got them cleaning and washing their hands in alcohol, and while she's working with the captain trying to find out where the disease started, she makes a friend, Elias. He's 14, and she's there to comfort him when his friend dies. Typhoid fever is bad business. I bet Claire's really thankful for her vaccination. And then they just rip your heart out when the little boy's friend dies, and he puts in the final stitch, which is through his friend's nose. And then he tells Claire that that's what friends do. They always do the last stitch. Jamie continues to languish in ship jail and begs Fergus to break him free. And then he's very condescending to him about how he doesn't understand love and how he'd move heaven and earth to get back to Claire. What Claire comes to realize, though, on her ship is that the captain that has Jamie is going to turn him over to the authorities in Jamaica. She finds this out because the ship had come in contact with some Portuguese ships, so she immediately thinks maybe they've seen Ian, and she checks the logbook. But then she realizes that really they're after Jamie. The guy who escaped the fire, he was a tattletale, and he told them about the body and the cask of creme de menthe. The authorities are now after Jamie for the murder, and Claire is going to do anything she can to save him, even though she's on a different ship and doesn't even know where he is. And then the worst part happens, where her friend Elias dies, and she does the last stitch through his nose, and it's just awful. Is Outlander trying to be the new This Is Us? Claire knows she needs to do something to help her husband, and thankfully she makes a friend with a lady on the ship, proving once again that girlfriends really are the best friends. Her friend is in charge of the goat's milk, which everybody really needs when they're sick. So when they come to land, she's got to take her goats off the boat and let them get some grass so that they can be healthy. It's the perfect time for Claire to escape. She sends Claire off without a GPS, a phone, or anything really. But unfortunately, Claire gets caught. The little captain that she's made friends with knows that she really needs to be on his ship so that she can be bait to catch Jamie. She asks him to look the other way. After all, she saved all those men. But he's not having it. He's young and a total rule follower, and so she gets back on the boat. But not for long. Jamie is finally released from prison with the help of Marsley. She brings some clarity to how Fergus feels about Jamie. Yeah, Jamie said all that about him not really understanding what love is, but Fergus gave up a hand for Jamie. He would move heaven and earth for his friend. And Marsley. And once Jamie is free, he tells Marsley and Fergus that he'll give his blessing to the marriage, but that they'll be married in front of a priest when they get to Jamaica, so no hanky-panky time before then. Claire is desperate on the ship, and it's dark now. But her friend Joanna looks over the ship and sees the lights, and tells Claire to jump in the water. Claire's got on heavy skirts, and even that little bustle thing is not going to keep her afloat. But her friend is smarter than that. She gives her some money, and then she makes her a little raft with buoys. Claire takes off her skirt, bundles it up on top of the raft, and hops overboard. And that's the end of the episode. It's a lot of cliches at play right now. The absence makes the heart grow fonder, hero worship, you always fall in love with the prince that saved you, or the princess. That's kind of what's happening to this show. I wouldn't mind an episode where things were just kind of average and they were just in love.